What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Wow, big bright sunlight in my face. Yeah, anyways, 69 Camaro, just chilling in the garage. Freedom Rocket chilling in the other garage, and today we got actually a pretty cool video. Finally, I'm doing something that, well, I've been waiting to do for almost a year now. There's Lauren. Tell the people what we're doing today.
We are dropping the hood off to finally be created.
That is semi-right. We are dropping the hood off, but it's already made. It just needs to be modified.
Yes.
And Lauren is driving the truck.
I am. Well, Nick drives the car.
Here's the new hood. Well, I don't know if you guys remember the story when I got it, but it was damaged pretty bad right here. Big old dent, scratches, everything, damaged from shipping. Not too concerned about it though, because it's going to be cut anyway in this area. The turbo is going to be over here. The intake manifold will be cut. I'm not sure exactly how much. I'll have to get that covered up. I may wrap the hood. I may liquid wrap the hood. That's kind of like undecided at this point, but either way, not too much damage. Thank God I am. So let's load this first. I don't know if it's gonna fit that way. Might have to do it sideways. There we go. That shouldn't go anywhere. Thank God I got this tonneau cover. Then it won't fly out. I'm gonna start the car up, Lauren, and then I'm just gonna have you pull the trailer forward.
Okay.
Yeah, just pull forward to like the curb there. That should give me plenty of room to pull the car out enough. All right, the power on. Let's start her up. Oh, steering wheel on. Okay. I'm gonna go help Lauren park this while the car warms up and it comes straight back. All right, good job with the e-brake on. Truck is loaded up. Now we're gonna head to Posey's Hot Rods. They do a lot of specialty vehicles, hot rods, older cars, a lot of custom work. So once I get there, we'll go in the shop, check it out, and pretty much go over how we're gonna do the hood. This has definitely been a long time coming. Like I said, almost a year now. Actually, it's probably over a year.
I heard you come up and say, he's not driving that thing, is he?
Yep, I was. Well, I told her, I said, it's much easier just to drive it here. You know what I mean? Instead of hooking up in the trailer, unhooking it, all this stuff, trying to unload there. So this was easier. What's up, man?
How's it going?
How you doing?
All right.
So that's going to obviously come off.
Yeah.
I just do that to drive it on the street for now. I'm gonna get a screen. Like it should just be like a flush mount screen. Yeah. That was just something quick that I found. You know what I mean?
Looking at this after we spoke on Friday, this is definitely going to have to come up a little bit because your
The exhaust pipe, yeah,
is right here and right about in this neck of the woods is where it starts to transition down. So it might only be the one, it might be both.
If anything, what I was thinking is I wanted it to kind of be at like an angle, because if we get it more this way,
right, that buys you some clearance.
It does.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm not sure where the cowl comes down.
I think when I was measuring up, just eyeballing, we were looking like it was right around here was the main break point. This is the bracing. Now most of this will get cut away, that back side there, so we may have to put some additional bracing to keep the shape of the fiberglass once all said and done.
Sure. We tried to make it as clean as possible, you know. And I think with the hood on it, it's going to look even better. Like it's going to look real good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, so here we are, day one for the hood, and look, we already got a hole in it.
Oh yeah. So what are you thinking as far as the turbo goes now?
Well, I think like what we were talking yesterday, I have the bracing that comes through here.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking we're going to do is try and dish this and sculpt it that way.
Okay.
It's going to be a pretty steep transition into the throat. I think we can start there. If you don't like the looks of it, then we cut more and we go for the gusto. Aesthetically speaking, I think it'd look better if that was exposed.
Yeah. These are all the pins I supplied, right? I forget how many
You'll
were
have two
we?
extra. You'll have two extra.
Oh,
left
wow,
over.
2 extra. Oh, okay.
You gave us 12, I'm only using 10 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. This layout here looked aesthetically pleasing rather than trying to jam an extra one into it. This hood isn't going to go anywhere once these are popped down. That's for sure.
Now, when they do that, I want to know what area you want to put the state inspection sticker on.
Ooh, two over there.
Isn't that underneath the Texas sticker?
Yeah, it is. That's so you don't see it.
Oh my God, it is. It's right there. It's even got a mission sticker on it.
All right, so we're day 2 here at Posey's, and look at this. This is a mock-up of how we're gonna have this air inlet essentially built into the hood for the turbo. Look at that. That's gonna look awesome.
We'll make an aluminum piece to fit inside there. We'll bond that in place, and then we'll fiberglass up from the underside of it. And,
Cool. So you're essentially gonna add some fiberglass here. You're gonna add more here, and after the front, I guess we're gonna figure out the rear with the exhaust pipe.
You
then.
bet.
It looks exactly what I imagined. Like it's like perfect. Yeah.
That's awesome then. Yeah, everything's projected straight out from the turbo.
Then what our next plan is, I'm gonna lock the hood down before we start doing any glass work. When we get that glassed up, if it's a little soft yet, not dripping, we can lay stuff down, rags and stuff down in there.
Right.
And latch the hood back to the car.
Right.
And once it dries, it's got that
It-
fit and form to it.
Right. All right. So day 3? Is it 3 or 4?
Two
Yeah,
and a
3. 2.5. 2.5. Alrighty.
Today we ended up getting all the hood pins.
Oh, yeah,
in
okay.
position.
Cool.
That one's covered up in tape so we don't muck it up. Here we have what we're going to be laying the fiberglass up against to create
Okay.
the shape that we all seen on day 1.5. We're getting ready to that. Bryce is getting ready to dress the fiberglass before we spray mold release on the parts we don't want it to stick to.
Right.
And then we'll start the fiberglass process, get this all front end fiberglassed up. We'll let it set. Once it gels up, we'll stick it back on the car and let it cure overnight. Actually put pigment in the resin so that it'll have some black. Not that it really means anything, but it just makes it look a little nicer.
They let it dry over the weekend, and now this is kind of what we got going on. We left a 1/2-inch gap from the turbo inlet to the fiberglass part of the hood. Lines up like perfectly, which is nice. Added some fiberglass here because I wanted to close this in a little bit more. I think we're gonna end up doing the same there with the exhaust pipe. This is just, is that gonna be my new exhaust pipe?
Yes, sir.
That's, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, that'll work out good.
Yeah, it's self-tuning, so the hotter it gets, the shorter it gets.
Obviously template for how the pipe is going to actually be. Bryce is actually cutting it right now. Like I said, we're probably going to add some fiberglass in there, but this will be sanded down nice and smooth. So that's going to be, instead of like a straight cut, it's going to kind of be an angled cut to follow the taper. Dude, this came out really good,
I think
you
it
know?
as well, yeah.
Yeah. And you think you're going to try to put a piece between the
Yeah,
manifold and the turbo?
We're gonna bridge this
Okay.
over, take some of what we cut out and put it back in.
Yeah.
This is kicked up a little bit on us, but actually it works our advantage because it allows us now to get over the throttle body area there. And, you know, we'll blend this in and we'll be able to
Yeah.
come in through here. Obviously we'll have to keep it cut out a little ways around the turbo because of heat, and we'll scab that all in. Once we have this guy in place, then we'll figure out what we're gonna do with this other little tube, which may end up being something like that.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Hey,
to
yeah,
line up with
yep.
the other one, yeah. I didn't mention, but you're adding essentially the piece to this pipe because what happened was the original pipe was too short. It wouldn't have come out of the hood enough. Cut it here, and then they're gonna add a straight part, weld that.
Polish the tip up, and then this will obviously all get slash cut.
Oh, it's perfect. Leave it, weld it up, good to go. Oh, that'll be a good angle too because it stays up off the windshield.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Yeah. No, that actually worked out pretty well. So here we are, day 4.5.
Maybe.
Maybe something like that. The pipes are pretty much going to be right there,
I
correct?
believe so, yeah.
It's going to be cut off, match the cowl like I said before. You guys are going to add more fiberglass in through here to create that bridge, to bridge that gap. So you had to actually raise this, right, to
Just
clear
a
the
smidge-
throttle body?
Just a smidge though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, and you can't even really notice it. And then over here, you're going to bring that down and close the exhaust pipes there.
Believe it or not, you can actually get the hood off right now with that big pipe.
Really? How
Dead
that?
serious. It's a little bit of a, but it works.
Yeah.
Definitely looks better, more closed up than it did when it was more open. So,
Yeah, right. You get more of the cowl
Yeah.
effect with this. Hell yeah. All right, so almost at a final stage here. Right here was added in to butt up against the turbo, but this is going to be cut back a little bit for clearance. Basically going to try to keep a Sharpie width around everything to make it even. Same with back here. It's going to be added in there. Right here, that's going to be added in. And then there's kind of a big gap here right now. We wanted to leave clearance for the pipes until we got them situated where we wanted them. Now that we do, start filling in with the rest of the fiberglass, and that'll be that. Once that sets, cut everything, sand it down, and finish it, right?
That's it.
Pretty much. Oh, and all the pins are in too now, which is cool. So the back ones are in. Plenty of clearance there on the windshield, which is good. I don't think I showed anybody how these work. They're called push latches, push button latches, and you just push them. And once we put springs under them, they'll pop right up like that. And you just go around and pop them all off, and then the hood comes right off. So this came in today, Turbo Guard, from Turbo Guard, made in USA, and it is a USA Turbo Guard. Look at that. And this is gonna go good. Before I take it out of the plastic, I wanna make sure it is a 6-inch. Yeah, it is the right size, yes, okay. Now that we close the garage door, we can actually see. That looks real cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna even ever take it off, honestly, because there's no point.
You want that centered on top?
I think that'll be cool right there, yeah.
Oh, your turbo is officially guarded.
By America. I know the holes are huge, but we just want to make sure no birds go through here or anything of that nature. So,
Cans.
yeah, beer cans. Then I'll be able to drive it on the street and still have some protection here. They sell like a Windows type screen, but it's only rated for a certain amount of PSI. I think it would just suck it right in. You may not think it, but like the tighter the screen, the more area it's taking up and the less airflow it has. So like this one has 81% airflow as opposed to the other one was like 70 something,
Sure.
you know? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's good, a few horsepower, but like I'd rather have the screen on there than not have anything on there. But they have to put it on there obviously as a disclosure so you don't think, oh, well, my car lost horsepower because I put the screen on. Right. Like, okay, you know, so it's cool. I like it. America. Oh, wow, okay, cool. Yeah, so this is primer right now.
It's what we call high build primer, and then
Okay.
that will be sanded. And then we'll go to the K36, which is this gray, and then we'll put the
Oh, you do a couple coats. Oh, so,
yeah,
okay.
Then this will go on top just to seal it.
Okay.
And that will take the paint.
Gotcha.
A couple pinholes that'll be filled, but that's just what happens.
Yeah.
That's not the material that's in this. That's actually the primer, so that will be sanded and fill a little spot putty.
It looks killer though.
One thing he was saying, like he'll come in here where it's a little thick, and we're just going to knock that down a little bit, and make them all uniform. This is the opening that we talked about. You saw how we got that shape, and it's all about the width of a Sharpie.
Right.
Alright, so we're ready to do whatever's next.
Alright.
That means you gotta make a decision.
Okay.
Are you gonna wrap it or are you gonna paint it? If we do a gloss black, I can do that. That's
Yeah.
not a problem because we can wet sand it up. We can make it look like $1 million.
So we decided to make it gloss black because this is going to allow me to either keep it black. If I want to keep it black, it's glossed over and it's going to look good. It's going to match the wrap, 2. And 3, if I decide to change the wrap, you can easily wrap on something that's gloss. I think it's going to look better, personally, on the car, especially since the wrap on the back of the car is black, like gloss black like this. Wow, that line came out real nice down the center too. It looks, no man, it looks really good. Really good.
It was never as pronounced on the back side, but I made sure I kept it there. As you can see, there's no more chipping bash mark in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right around that area there was a mark, and now you can't see it where that light's reflecting. There's nothing there. That's awesome. Killer work, man.
Well, we tried.
By the way, what does the underside look like? Was that painted or?
Yeah, we painted that black, not gloss black, but that's like just a regular, that was just an epoxy primer, black epoxy primer.
Oh yeah, that looks way better.
Yep.
At least it's finished off under there, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the next step will be wet sand it and buff it, and then you're gonna put heat tape on the back underside of there to protect the hood from the turbo. We're here, ready to pick up the car. The hood is done. Lauren's first time seeing it. What do you think before I show everybody? I mean, we've pretty much seen it the whole time, this whole video, but like you haven't seen it completely done on the car yet. All right, so here it is, the new hood, looking really good. I'm happy that we chose to do it black because I think it looks awesome. And I'm also glad we did gloss black because it matches the glossy finish on the wrap. Now, when I decide to rewrap the car, or maybe I'll just even take it off and have the car red, I don't know yet. I've been toying around with the different ideas. I could still leave it black if I wanted to, or I could paint match it to the car, but I think it looks really good black. It's like exactly how I pictured it. I like the inlet here that kind of fits to the turbo. That made it ultra custom, I think. Pipes looking good, they were polished. That makes it match the charge pipe here on the intake, which is nice. And then from the side, you don't really notice much other than the cowl and a little bit of the intake manifold, but when you stand back, I'm glad I got a big 5-inch cowl on that hood because I think it looks really good. So this guy right here, standing far away, he was the magic maker that made all this happen. So awesome job by Posies. I've been waiting to come here to get this hood on for like a year now, and I'm glad I didn't originally because I changed my setups within the past year. Won't have to change much, it'll pretty much stay the same, and then I can do little things here and there to it, but I mean, I'm really happy with this hood, and I'm glad it turned out the way it did. I'm also glad it's a lift-off hood. We ended up doing the push latches like I was saying earlier in the video, and they're real easy. You just push them, and they pop up like that, and then you just push them down, and they lock. It'll be easy to take off the hood. Just got to be kind of careful because we did make it pretty tight around the turbo and the pipes, but it can still come off, which is good, without getting stuck on anything. And also, it's a little more lightweight than a hinged hood. Other than that, like I said, again, Posies did an awesome job. So if you guys are interested in doing any custom work to your cars, or maybe you have an older car that you need work done to it, or maybe you have a specialty vehicle that you don't know where to take, definitely come here to Posies because they knocked it out of the park on this hood. And I don't think I would trust anyone else with something like this to do that good of a job. I'll go close up on this, how clean that looks. Car show worthy. Turn the drag car into a show car. Maybe it'll actually win an award if I take it to a show this time.
I highly doubt it.
Oh, see, Lauren. All right, so anyways, hood's finally done. I'm gonna drive it home, and then I'm gonna take it to Cops, Cars, and Coffee, which is what, the 13th? At the Colonial Park Mall. I'll be there with this car. Maybe I'll get Lauren to drive the 69 Camaro.
Maybe.
She don't like driving it, I don't know why. Maybe I'll get my dad to drive it then.
Yeah, get your dad to drive.
Right here's the flyer, so I'll put that up so you guys can see it. I'm gonna bring the car. So other than that, I'll probably race it at least one time before the end of the year, and then I plan on also racing it in January. I'll tell you guys the details about that later once I confirm everything, but I think I'm going to be going down to Florida to race the car. So stay tuned for that, and if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the hood. It's finally on after a year. Now everybody can stop telling me to put a hood on the car. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day.